MoneyTree from Japan.
Good afternoon. This has been a really great conference. Great speakers, great vibe. Let me tell you a little bit about MoneyTree. We are actually a Japan startup based right here in Shibuya. My name is Paul Chapman. I'm originally Australian. These days I'm not really sure. MoneyTree itself was the best app of 2013 and was selected by Apple. We think of it as a remote control for your money. All that information you've got building up out there, your bank accounts, credit cards, digital money, loyalty point cards, your data footprint is expanding, and it doesn't fit into your wallet. That's why we make MoneyTree. It's also a cloud service to store your lifetime of financial data. MoneyTree differentiates itself not by adding every possible feature, but by adding the most essential features, by adding the most valuable data. We give you choice through simplicity. There's a big problem in financial services today. But before I go into that, let me ask you a question. Who here has been in love with a man, a woman, a football team? Come on, put your hand up. Oh, come on. Okay, keep your hand up if you love your bank. All right. No, one guy. Thank you. Are you the bank manager? No. So the problem is that financial services are high friction, and there's a trust problem. We fundamentally trust them with our money, but we don't trust them to make decisions to our benefit. In fact, in the survey that you can see in front of you, financial services and banking are the two lowest industries in terms of trust. The highest is technology. Yeah, technology. Thank you. So we see an opportunity here. We can bridge the divide between consumers and institutions by using technology. Additionally, as I said, money is going digital. There's a huge shift towards smartphones. In the developed world, it's well on its way. In the developing world, it's gaining momentum. And there's also a rise of mass affluent consumers, not just in Asia, but in markets around the world. So we see a great opportunity here to bridge that divide. And our solution is to build an interface for your money that appeals to a mass market. Not just to a few personal finance geeks, something that everyone can use. It will automatically and intelligently track your finances. It's simple to understand, easy to look at. It doesn't increase the cognitive burden of knowing where you're at any point in time. In fact, we think that MoneyTree empowers you. It makes you a badass. You can do things that you couldn't do before. And we think that's the definition of a good startup. Our target market, our core, the people that are using it now and we want to increase this number, we call them upwardly mobile consumers. A little bit of a play on words there. These people believe that a good app can improve their life. They're generally 25 to 40 years of age. They see convenience through technology. And in Japan, it's a big space, 10 million people. And the total accessible market, people on the fringes and just outside who also use MoneyTree, 70 million people. It's a big market. Our business model is as follows. We're attacking financial services worldwide. It's a global annual market of 6.6 trillion. So how do we make money from this huge market? Right now, we don't. But that's according to the plan. I'm happy to say that later this month, we'll begin monetizing through in-app purchase, a monthly premium subscription in MoneyTree. But the bigger picture here is to create a secondary channel for consumers to discover, compare, purchase, and manage financial products. These financial products include insurance, consumer credit, payment cards, as well as curated offers from consumer service providers. There's a lot we can do here. Now, we get this. This doesn't exist yet, so maybe it's a little bit hard to understand. There are already websites that will sell you insurance from one of many different providers. What we are trying to do is to have an ongoing trust relationship with millions of consumers. And within the context of that relationship, and without being noisy or spamming, provide them with the financial services and information to make good selections they need and want. Our marketing strategy is straightforward. We're a product-centric company. Perhaps that's why we won Best App of 2013. But we do things differently. We look for opportunities to take a different approach to provide value. And then we conduct organic PR around that. One example was in July this year, we announced support for 14 point cards, loyalty point cards, Anna, Zhao, T-Point, Ponta, as well as the Denkiya-sans. That's the electronic stores. I bet you didn't know you could get those points online. You can. So we're the first mobile app in Japan to offer this. We do something unique. We get a lot of people to write about it and tell their friends. And as a result of this, we think we're establishing our place as thought leaders in this space. But that's not all. We're working with third-party influencers and key partners. Some of those partnerships will be announced later this year. But the challenge here is distribution. MoneyTree has great product market fit. However, today everything's been organic. We've built a data aggregation platform that supports over 1,300 financial institutions and point cards in Japan. And now what we want to do is we want to grow more. We've raised about $2 million to date, and we're looking for $3 to $5 million as a Series A round. The story here is clear. We have 500,000 organic installs, no paid installs, almost no paid advertising, and 74% retention at week 4. That's higher retention for a registered user than a chat app. This is a finance app, right? Finance is boring, finance is complex. Finance is necessary. So we think we've got the right formula. Now we want to take it to a bigger market. So some other things we can tell you about is validation points. We're featured on the App Store for more than 12 months. If you want to try MoneyTree and you don't have an iPhone yet, well, you can go to any of the Apple retail stores in Japan because it's installed on all the iPhone demo devices there. Our team is very international. I'm originally Australian. I previously founded a company acquired by Thomson Reuters in 2007. Additionally, our management and advisory team includes people from Adidas Japan, PayPal Japan, Mitsui Sumitomo, and MasterCard North Asia. So we're not just geeks who love apps. We are also geeks who love apps. But we're people from finance, people from payments. So this is a beautiful coming together of the right tools to make a successful business in this space. You can check out MoneyTree on techlist.asia/MoneyTree. Please, when you go home tonight, just remember MoneyTree and maybe download it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. MoneyTree from Japan. I need to take this thing really fast. Let's hear what they think.
Thank you very much. In terms of competition, as you know, there are some strong competition like Money4. How can you differentiate from them?
Sure. Well, it's not an industry if you're the only player in your space. It's actually a bad sign. So we're thankful to have competition. We appeal to a different market. Fundamentally, Money Forward, from our research, we think they appeal more to men in their 40s and 50s who have a sophisticated understanding of finance. We, on the other hand, are appealing to a mass market. People who are not yet engaged, or people who want the convenience that we provide, because the MoneyTree experience is extremely fluid. As I said, we don't put in a lot of features, but the features we put in are very polished.
Thanks, good to see you. Kind of a philosophical question. So a lot of different websites and a lot of different companies try to acquire user data. I guess by people putting their data in the app, you have the ability to do some analytics on it as well. Other than selling them products, what's the trade from the end user's perspective? What are they getting back for, yes, it's easy, but it still works to put data in. So what's the trade for the consumer?
That's a really good question. So there's a lot of hype around the digitization of health records. But for some reason, there isn't a lot of hype around the digitization of financial records. Now, some of the same benefits arise. You can have a health check. We can proactively tell you things about yourself that you wouldn't know to even ask for unless you're sophisticated and knowledgeable in the area. So fundamentally, MoneyTree at the moment brings all this data to you. But at the moment, we can also send you notifications. For instance, a very popular one is when your credit card bill is due and how much it's going to be. In Japan, unlike other countries, you pay your bill in full every month. There are some exceptions to that. Basically, you could see a few $1,000s disappear from your account all at once. So it's good to know in advance when that's going to happen. So that's just a simple way. But if we take an example like Google, having access to all that data, but keeping it private in our case, we can build systems that will provide value add that competitors can't. So there is a bit of a race here to get as many consumers as possible. And that's why we're here today, because we want to move to that next stage. And that requires money. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Time's up for me.